Hello and welcome back to episode 52 of Take to the Skies, St Albans FC. We're back, we're into the season. It's been a bit of a weird start. So the reason I say it's been a weird start is we've had some very mixed games. We've drawn a lot, but we're yet to pick up our first win in League 2. We started off with a 1-1 draw against Stevenage following the Mansfield game with a 96th minute penalty, giving Stevenage the share of the points. We then had a draw with Northampton in the EFL Cup, that's the one, where we won on penalties. But then drew with Grimsby Town 1-1, and then drew with Walsall 1-1, which was I was quite impressed about. They're a team that's just been relegated, and we probably deserved it a little bit more than them. Then we played Cheltenham from League 1, and we won again on penalties. A late goal equaliser for them once again, though. Then we played Salford, who just kind of were the better team. We got a goal and we nearly got a late equaliser. We didn't quite have enough to it. We then lost in the EFL Trophy Southern Section Group E to Northampton 3-1. Not too bothered, we're focusing on the league. We then had a 0-0 draw with Oxford, which was probably a game we should have won. And then most recently we had a 1-1 draw with Harrogate, who again, we led most of the game. They had a man sent off and they got a late equaliser. So I got very grumpy. Today we're back to play Barrow and Cardiff. Cardiff in the EFL Cup third round. They're in the Championship. It's a home game, so hopefully a bit of money. We'll get a lot of fans in for that. In the league, we are 22nd. 5 points on the board, but no wins. So hopefully we can change that against Barrow. They're only just above us. So in theory, a team that's beatable. And hopefully we'll have that be the case today. We have had a big change of formation though. We are currently playing a 5-2-3 because after the Mansfield game, I kind of decided that I didn't think we were solid enough at the back. So I just tried it. It's somewhat working because we're not conceding 5 goals. On the flip side, we have drawn a lot of games, but it seems to be progressing, and of course they're getting more familiar with it as we go on. So hopefully, as you see now, they're quite familiar with it. So hopefully today will be the day where we pick up a win. Let's get into it. And the lineup for today's game, we've got Knightbridge in goal, a back three of Rosette, Phillips and York, with Williams at right wing back, Louise at left wing back. Then we've got Torre and Woods in midfield, Cotterill on the right, Mathurin on the left, and Bennett as the sole striker. Early on, we've got a highlight which Phillips intercepts a long ball, heads it down to Woods, who plays it out to Mathurin, and he strikes it from range, but just hits the advertising boards. Now we've got a highlight with Louise taking a throw in. He then boots it forward to Bennett, who collects it. Chance for a cross here. He goes back to Louise so that he can get into the box. Louise then, with a poor cross that Smith heads away to Jackson, he goes long towards their striker, but York easily collects it. And we're going to play it out from the back now. Phillips finds Woods. And back to Torre. Louise to Mathurin. It's back with Louise now. He's going to attack down the wing. Plays it through ball to Bennett, who's not quite in line with the goal. And the ball is cleared away. But Torre plays it back forward to Woods, who goes through for Cotterill. Oh, he was offside. But you would like to see that put in the back of the net despite that. And late in the first half, there's a throw-in for Barrow. It goes into the box. Phillips heads away. Smith plays it back to Chang. And they're looking to try and get back to the wing, maybe. It's gone back to Wood at the back. And then Woods has nicked the pass as it went back to Wood. So he's running through. Hancock with a good tackle, and then it falls back to Woods, who, again, we need to see those chances finished. And we have reached half-time in a game that we've really controlled completely. We've had 10 shots, 6 of them on target. They've only managed 1. Passing has been very good. Possession, 50-50, but we seem to be doing a lot more with our possession. I'm going to tell them to keep it up. I feel like this could be the game where we pick up our first win. Going to make our first change now. We're going to bring Cotterill off for Wilson. Actually, we're going to bring Wilson on. And we'll send Quinn on for Rosette at the back. And our final change, we're going to send O'Rourke on for Mafurin, who's struggling with fitness. And we're going attacking to try and get a goal in this game. We have got a late free kick, which Wilson is sent towards the far post. It's headed away by Egan, though. And collected by Thompson. He goes back to Wood, who plays a long ball forward. Quinn easily collecting that, though. Plays it out to Williams, who goes to Wilson on the right-hand side. He plays it back to Torre, who then plays it to Williams. Space down the right, and it's a poor ball from Williams that Hancock easily collects. Back to the keeper, who plays it out to Egan on the left wing. And where's he going with it? Across to the right for Butler, who's trying to get inside of Louise. But he's forced towards the left-hand side of the pitch here. Torres just kicked someone. Oh, Egan got a shot off and it goes wide. And despite really dominating the game, we don't manage to pick up our first win today either. It's another draw. I'm going to try keeping the morale up of the squad by telling them that we're happy with the performance. We were unlucky not to win. But that performance makes me feel like it is coming. We're getting closer. We stay outside the relegation zone, although Chesterfield pick up a win against Scunthorpe, so a little bit more pressure on us there. But at the moment, we're just needing that first win. We've got a tough game now against Cardiff, but we have upset Cheltenham from the League of Us already, so you never know. And the lineup for the game against Cardiff, we've got Knightbridge in goal, a back three of Rosette, Quinn and York, Williams and Sanders as the wing-backs, Toure and Woods in midfield, Cotterill, O'Rourke on the left and Bennett as the striker. So let's get into this and see if we can... I think I've just told them I expect to win, which is a bit harsh against against Championship opposition. But let's see what happens. And 20 minutes in, we've got our first highlight. It's Williams throwing it into Toure. And he plays a poor ball that goes straight to Moore, who's running through on the keeper. Shot goes wide, and we've been let off a little bit there. Sanders with a simple throw in to York. His clearance doesn't find O'Rourke, but their pass finds Woods. And then it goes through to Garrett, and Knightbridge with a fantastic save at his near post. Doyle's going to take the corner. Comes in, and Knightbridge with another fantastic save from the header there. And then Rosette with a good block clears it away. Cotterill collects it. And we've got a little bit of a counter-attack here. We've got a man at the far post. We've got Bennett in the middle. And Cotterill ends up winning a free kick. And Bennett is looking in a bit of pain there in the middle. We're going to bring him off for Rolt, because I just don't want an injury in this game. Corner for Cardiff now. Doyle whips it in. Zima heads it, and we've somehow managed to keep that out again. I think Williams got a block and then Quinn cleared it away. Moore goes back to Cogan. Forward to Campbell. Doyle tries to play it out to the left, but Williams intercepts it well. Throw in for Cardiff now. Garrett collects it back to Hughes Jones, whose cross is blocked by O'Rourke. He plays it out to Sanders, who goes back to Knightbridge, who plays a long ball to no one. And then Campbell tries to play a through ball. Clearance finds O'Rourke, but Doyle quickly takes it back off him. Plays the ball forward to Garrett. And Quinn... Oh, that's an unfortunate way for us to concede in this game. Quinn made a late tackle to block one of their other players getting a shot off. And it just falls so nicely for Campbell. York does fail a bit there, but Quinn with a great tackle and then it just falls for Campbell, unfortunately, and not much the keeper could do about that one. And we have reached half-time at 1-0 down. One thing that has occurred to me is this has happened at a time when our stadium is at a reduced capacity, which isn't ideal because we would have made more money if we were able to have full capacity. But nevertheless, let's go into the second half. Throw in for Cardiff now. Worsley to Campbell. Back to Worsley, who goes over the top towards Moore. Inside to Campbell, whose shot goes into the far corner. And that was a very nice finish from Campbell, who gets his second of the game. And there wasn't too much wrong with this. A little bit poor tracking there to follow Moore. Campbell with just a great finish there, to be fair to him. Another highlight for Cardiff straight after. Moore inside to Worsley, back to Moore. Riles, and then Torre just kicks it against his man. Moore collects it. Back to Worsley. Cross towards the far post, and Tranter with a good header, but he sends it over the bar. And with half an hour to go, what we're actually going to do is take this chance to rest Torre. Phillips is going to come on in his place with Quinn going into the midfield. And I think we'll also give Woods a rest with Brunt coming on for him. Just looking at those two in midfield are so key for us. We'll rest them up at 2-0. It's a throw in for Sanders here, throwing it straight to Tranter. He plays a long ball forward, but Quinn collects it. He plays it back over the top, but not to anyone. Decker collects it, and he goes forward to Campbell, who we know how dangerous he is. Quinn with a good tackle, and then between him and Brunt, they get the ball back. Cotterill plays it to Williams, and is he going to go back to him? No, he's not. He's going to go backwards to Rossetti, who then plays it inside field to Brunt. O'Rourke back to Quinn. Ball over the top towards Brunt. There's men in the box here. Goes towards the far post, and Cotterill's hit the bar. The clearance comes to Quinn. He plays it to Williams on the right, whose poor touch ends play. Dull with the cross, heads down to Decker, and Davis didn't manage to take advantage of it. Quinn, however, playing the ball through towards Rolt, doesn't manage to find him. Rowles back to Worsley, and then through to Moore. He's going to attack down the middle, goes past Quinn. Phillips was closing him down, but the shot is well wide. And the game ends with a 2-0 loss to Cardiff at home. I'm not too unhappy about it because realistically we weren't expecting to beat a championship team. We're going to tell them we can't fault them for their efforts. I think we defended well for quite a long time. We did limit them in good chances. Yes, they had a lot of shots, but there weren't particularly many one-on-one opportunities. So we did well. Let's have a look at where we're going to come back for the next episode. So I think we'll come back probably for Oldham and this FA Cup first round, whoever that happens to be against, and we'll see how we do in that game. And hopefully by then we'll have picked up our first win in the league. I'm thinking potentially against York, a team who only came up a year before us. So potential there for us to get a result. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are enjoying the series. And thank you very much for watching.